struggle? And do you think you should be at point B? You should be much further in your life than you are now? If so, then keep watching. What I'm going to demonstrate here will literally change your life. So, you probably have been inspired by a mentor, or a role model, or by perhaps even somebody just you saw randomly to do something and you wanted to do the same thing. And you set on the road to go and do this. And you have been so disciplined, you have learned, you have these mentors, and you did everything they told perfectly. And perhaps you are in a community where everybody else looks like to you is already so much further, and just you are not getting there. And why are you not getting there? And how do you feel? Perhaps secretly, not telling anybody, suffering just by yourself. If this is something, so let me show what I have learned. The lesson here is that it is all about former trauma, and it is about divine timing. So, and I took notes because there are so many things I want to say about it, and I don't want to forget a piece. So, what happened to me? So, I have been a belly dance teacher for my whole life, and the only thing I was interested in at that point was belly dancing. So, let me show you something. There was this one movement that I just could not do, and the movement is called shimmy. So I put on, let me see if you can see my hip actually. And I demonstrate what I want to say here with this shimmy, with this movement. And perhaps you know how to do it, but if not, then just try it with me. So the shimmy is like this. You shake your hip and you can move around with it. And the hip is completely loose. Huh? This is the movement. I could not do this movement for 7 years. And I had done so many workshops. I had had so many teachers. Fantastic, the best of the best teachers. And I just couldn't do it. But here is the thing, which is very important. Please listen. This did not stop me from teaching belly dance. I teach belly dance, and what I also did, I told them, listen, I explained how it goes, everything I learned from my teachers. Do this. And so many people, so many students of mine, they could do the chimney, and others got stuck like I was. I could do the chimney like, like this, like tight, and then for 1 minute, and then I would get completely in the control. So I told my students, just do this and this and this, and you can do the shimmy. And I am not yet able to do the shimmy. 7 years. I got obsessed with it. The shimmy, and I'll explain at the end how this relates to your life and above all to your business. Just hold on. So the shimmy is all about being grounded and letting go. Letting go. And the people and my teachers, they told me, let go in the hip. I could not let go in my hip. My hip was a place, perhaps for my unconscious mind, where it was dangerous to let go. So I could not reason my thing and I could not discipline myself to it. 7 years, I have been so obsessed. I've been doing it every day. I was working in an office. I would go to the photocopy machine and I would try to do the shimmy. I would go to the toilet. I would try to do the shimmy. I would go to so many workshops, going and pushing and trying so hard. Why not me? And I was obsessed. It took a lot of energy. And where I did not go was I'll never be able to do it. I just learned this from being very disciplined dancer that you have to practice, 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 practice. So one day, and this is an important thing because I'll tell you, this is how we all do it. One day I went to this crazy woman to the workshop and she was doing all the movements, fantastic, but every movement had a shimmy, every. I was like, oh, I cannot, it's not possible. Can she not just do one movement without the shimmy? So shimmy is this movement and you can combine it. You can walk with it, you can do everything with the shimmy. So I was like, oh, 2 days, like 8 hours a day. At the end, I was so exhausted, so burned out. I could just no longer, my mind could no longer be in the control. And this is the moment, doesn't it? This is the moment where my mind let go something. And for the first time after 7 years in my life, I could do this movement without the control. So I had to go through a sort of complete burnout in my mind, in my body, so tired to be able to let go. So how often have you been able to let go because you were struggling, you were pushing, you were thinking, overthinking, doing everything, and it just did not work? Why? Because you cannot fight your subconscious mind. It is there to protect you from something which the subconscious mind considers as dangerous for you. And it doesn't have, because you can search through therapy for ages. I did. And you can search for a big thing. And you know what? It is perhaps just 1 second of your mind interpreting the reality as dangerous. So, the beautiful thing, which then happened, is that from this point on to, I am now, and have been since then, able not only to do the normal shimmy, I can do the shimmy with combined with movements, but I can explain, I can teach you to do this in 1 second. Now my students don't get stuck because what I understood, and I'll give you 10 points at the end, which you can transfer in your business and in your life. And if you do this, it is definitely the last time you will struggle so much. So, what I understood. So, for my subconscious mind, the problem was in my hip. Yes, was here, letting get loose. So, what I now do, we have a lot of fun dancing, yes? I tell my students to shake the knees. Just do this with your knees. And don't even 1 second talk about the shimmy, the hip, because it's just a consequence. This is a consequence from something happening from grounding and happening with your knees. So, this is the movement. But what I want to, and I'll put on my pullover again. It's so cold here in Belgium. Let me just do this. And also have my notes so I can tell you. Gotcha. So, how does this relate to business and how does this relate to your life? Perhaps you can already see it. How often do we, oops, how often do we push and struggle? And most of the time, isn't it? We are getting into control. We want it. We are like, I like wanting to win it, but there are some things, and you can learn this if you do belly dance or if you experience something like this. You learn it that something inside just has to let go, and it is not about pushing. It is about letting go. It's about allowing. It's about something very sweet. This is the energy life of love. And when you want to be this in this feminine energy, in this elegance, you cannot push and control and be disciplined. You cannot even work your way to it like this. It is completely different. So from the belly dance, of course, I could learn this. And I was only interested in dancing, and I was so happy in this protected and very special place where I was not me. I was Gudrun the dancer. And this identity was an identity where I was just happy. I was just having fun, feeling beautiful, feeling powerful. And also as a teacher, I could give back. So, as I just said, and let me round this up because I have the idea where I want to go with that. So the problem was, as I said, I got stuck in one point in my body, as we can get stuck. If you have a business, perhaps you can do perfect launches, but you can then not sell. Or perhaps you are super for selling, no problem, or talking about money or investing. You have it all figured out, but there is one blockage. And if there is one, and you push and you beat yourself up, then your business will not thrive. Your relationships will not thrive. What you do in one place, you do it everywhere. So when I understood that I could just explain to my students to move the knees, and the consequence would be a letting go in the hip, because I did not even say the word hip, something very magic unfold. And it is like this in our life. I'm not just watching it, somebody's making a comment. Okay, this is how it goes also in our business. So I have several 10 points which I want to give you here. If you apply these 10 points to your life, to your business, then this struggling and feeling stuck and beating yourself up will definitely stop. Let me see if I had forgotten something I wanted to. Oh no, this is it. This is where we go. So, first point, repeat after me and make it your belief. All comes in divine timing to me. If it does, there is no problem with me being on this path of learning, is there? Second, identify the blockage and don't let this blockage stop you from being in your business, being your wonderful self. You have so many gifts. Roll them all out, give them all. And even if you know the blockage, you can just say, listen, this is the one thing. I can explain it perfectly to you because I have been struggling with it for so many times. I can explain it. Perhaps my explanation is enough for you, so you can do it. I cannot yet do it. Yes? Just don't let the blockage stop you. The next point, practice, practice, practice. And don't make it, is this a fourth point? Don't make it mean anything. Yes? Don't make it mean anything about you. It doesn't mean you are worthy, not worthy. It doesn't mean that you will never get there. Make it mean zero, nothing. The next thing, fifth, have fun and enjoy anything else. Even if you get obsessed, enjoy still the rest. Enjoy. Enjoy and be in peace with it. Six. Oh, yeah. The blockage is teaching you something. Believe it. Know that the blockage is there for a good reason. It is teaching you something. And be totally okay with it that you don't understand the lesson yet. You will once the blockage disappeared. And then with this blockage, what you learned on your path, you can imagine for me 7 years. I learned so much. I will tell you what I also learned about myself. I learned about myself that I am able. I am able to be, if I really want something, I'm so able to be consistent. And this is helping me. This is helping me now. This thing is like 20 years ago. It's so much helping me. So admit and yes, just be in this place of peace. Okay, I'm struggling. I have this blockage. It is teaching me something, and I will know by divine timing. So, number 7, dance it out. I'm a big fan of dance. If you are, my advice is dance it out. If you dance a blockage, so I'm not talking about a movement, a shimmy like here. I'm talking about if you have a blockage with, let's say you have a blockage with selling. You have a blockage with offering your wonderful gifts and putting the price on it and asking for people to give the energy back. If you say in your mind, I cannot sell anything, then let's dance this and see how it looks like. Because when you dance it, what form does it have? Does it have a form like anger? Does it have a form like pushing? Does it have a form like fear? Which is the form? If you could dance it out, what is the energy? And then when you do this, it's like you don't identify any longer with it. It's like, oh, I can see something. And if you need, get me on to have a look. I am very, very, very skilled as a somatic coach to help you with this. But do this. So 8 comes with the same what I'm just saying, get skilled help. A skilled coach, a skilled therapist will be able, because she is not you, or he is not you, will be able to have a distance to see what is happening and then give you, mirror you back. When you have a mirror, like dancing it out is a kind of mirror. When you have a mirror, you don't need much. You can just have to be in a loving, protected space to be able to see yourself and love yourself in this mirror and understand the blockage. And then so you get there much quicker. You don't want to stay 7 years with a blockage, do you? So get the skilled help. And the ninth, so how much is nine? The ninth point is I recommend you the Healy. Here it is, the Healy. The Healy is a bioresonance device which will help you higher your vibrations with frequencies. It comes with scans. It will scan your bioenergetic field, see the blockages, and then will give you the frequencies you need for hiring your vibrations. And hiring your vibrations is like exactly getting in another point, another place where you do have a higher perspective. And then when you see this from the higher perspective, as for me, it was my niece, was another perspective, then I can let go where I have to let go, isn't it? So the last thing, the 10th thing I want to share with you and invite you is come to my Shandora Dance Your Life classes, because this is exactly what I figured out. I developed this method as a bridge. Shandora is a method where you will experience your feminine power. You will experience this letting go, and you will be in a sacred sisterhood where you can express things. And then you do have again this mirror. When the words are spoken, then they are outside of you. Then people can hear, we can all connect, and we all are the same. We do have the same struggles. So when you come to my Shandora Dance Your Life classes, you will get the experience in your body. And when it is experienced, we write the subconscious story. We do. And when it is done, it is somewhere in your body like a memory. You can hold on. This is the bridge to your life. This is the bridge to your business, because if you know how to do it in dance, you can, then that I teach it, you can bridge this to your business. As we just did, as I just explained it here with the shimmy. I hope you can relate. So if you are interested in doing this quantum leap in your business, undoing the different blockages, getting free, then DM me, let's have a talk. Let's see what best fits for you, because I do, of course, have the Chandra Dance Your Life classes, online, offline, but I also do healing sessions. In the healing sessions, where I will do these somatic coachings with you, where we can stand there and move, and I can just teach you, and I can see you and help you undo the blockages, break free, and have your quantum leap. This is what I wish for you. And if you are interested, then just DM me and let's have this wonderful talk. I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for listening. Please comment under my video if you see the replay. Comment if this is something you can relate to. Have you been in burnout? Have you realized that feeling stuck and wanting to be in point B and beating yourself up doesn't help you, and that you are doing everything and the others are getting there, you are not, and how and why and how it makes you feel? If you go there with fun, then it will be much quicker. So put a comment. I will then answer the comments. Thank you very much and see you very soon. Anastasia.